Dear friends, welcome to channel of international latest news. Here is the latest news for today. Please watch this video till the end and leave your comments at the end. Your opinion is very important for us.
In Germany, everything went awry. A crisis is coming in relations with Europe and the United States. Structural decline in the country. Germany was covered by a powerful structural decline, writes the New Statesman. The former economic superpower was not ready for a new Cold War. The country is gradually alienating from the European Union. A crisis is also approaching between Germany and the United States. There are three types of economic crises. The first, reaction to incentive measures. The second, reaction to reform. And the third is now experienced by German citizens, and this is a crisis of understanding who they are, with whom they cooperate, what are good and what is their role in the world. The Germans always told themselves that they have an old-fashioned industrial economy, that they must maintain a positive trade balance with the rest and confront the harmful effects of the digital world, where the United States dominates. But the events of the last decade seriously undermined the German worldview and the underlying economic model. The political impasse and the inability of the European Union to create an ecosphere in a world dominated by geopolitical hooligans are largely associated with the structural downturn in Germany. In the UK, this was noticed recently, but the crisis began a long time ago. When Britain voted in 2016 to leave the EU, Germany was still considered the main economic power of the continent, and Angela Merkel, the most influential leader in Europe. Economist magazine called it an indispensable European. Only a few understood that by then all the fateful decisions had already been made. The close relations of successive German chancellors with Vladimir Putin led to an increase in the country's dependence on Russian gas. Excessive confidence of German companies in China in supply chains, and Merkel's unilateral decision to close nuclear power plants in 2011. Another problem that then did not attract such attention as it is now, is a chronic lack of investment in German digitalization. China and Russia became strategic partners of Germany, and I still remember my surprise when 10 years ago my fellow observer from Berlin said, "We Berliners are looking east towards Moscow and Warsaw. Paris and London." Yesterday. I have never heard this thought being expressed with such categoricality. That was Germany in the Merkel era. German-Russian relations have become the most important bilateral axis in Europe, and their symbol, the Nord Stream gas pipeline passing through the Baltic Sea. German companies received cheap gas, and Eastern Europeans regarded this as a threat to national security. German illusions ended overnight after the start of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine in February 2022 and the decision of Chancellor Olaf Scholz to once again strengthen his position in the Western Alliance. Scholz spoke about epoch-making changes in German foreign policy. I think he spoke seriously, but the German economy could not withstand such a change of course. The main merit of German industry was the continuation of the era of globalization. The new Cold War was a shock to which the country was not ready. Now companies are resolving this issue by closing factories and abandoning offshore production in the United States and Eastern and Southern Europe. Volkswagen, VW, recently announced the closure of at least 3 factories in Germany and massive job cuts, which had never happened before in the history of the company. This year, Germany's economy is experiencing a second year of almost zero growth, and in 2026, according to German business associations, approximately the same thing is expected. This is what the structural decline looks like.